shaking head to toe. As shocking and frightening as it sounds, I'm gonna give it a little roll to mix up all those piss in your pot. Like, it's a little down and heavy to me. Rolling it up, Bobby. It's sliding down that slope. And, anyway, I'm branching off a little bit. Are you shaking head to toe?
Not yet. I'm hoping.
Brace yourself.
Brace
yourself. Hold on.
Let's see what you got.
I'm always shaking. I don't know about you. It's just not there.
Hi everyone.
I'm Janet.
I'm Jason.
We're
Gumbo Mud. We're here.
For dark beer.
And straight from the institution.
Sad but true.
Sad but true.
We have shaking head to toe. This is from Institution
Ale Company.
Ale Company.
Yeah.
Coffee porter coming in with a 5.5% ABV.
Yeah.
So as shocking and frightening as it sounds, it's low on the ABV.
It's low, but it's a coffee porter, and I hate to say, but like most of my favorite all-time beers have been coffee porters, and I've had some close to 5, 6 and actually liked. So
yeah, they're some of our staples.
Yeah. This one says it's not as creamy, so it's going to be interesting. Hopefully it's not bitter coffee, hopefully it's sweet coffee, but who knows. I love the can. I love the artwork. So it's right there in Santa Barbara, which we don't get many from Santa Barbara. So
yes,
I can't wait to try it, and it sounds good. And I love coffee beers, especially coffee porters. So,
right.
Yeah.
So I think I already gave you the lowdown 5.5.
Yeah.
Institution Ale Company coffee porter.
Yeah, it's a lighter porter, obviously 5.5. We usually like our porters, the ones we really like, around 8.
Yeah.
So this is a lighter one.
Right.
Yeah, exactly. But tons of rich coffee character. It says a locally roasted coffee and coffee malts. It doesn't say which coffee roaster they used. I'm sure it was one obviously right there in Santa Barbara, or even probably LA. Obviously it's not far from LA, but I would think it would be Santa Barbara. So
the owners, it's a brother team of Shaun and Ryan Smith and their father, Roger Smith.
Yeah.
Yes.
Family get together, right?
Exactly. Yeah. So maybe they've had
family business.
Yeah. Hopefully they've had more good family reunions.
Than bad.
Than bad. Maybe that's why they're leaving some names off.
Yeah.
Either way, they're a small Camarillo-based brewery specializing in American-style ales. They have 14 to 20 beers on tap at any time.
That's good.
Which is impressive.
Yeah.
They have 6 permanent, well-loved brews, such as their classic West Coast style Institution IPA, a German-inspired RX, as in prescription Pilsner, and then the crisp White Walls IPA.
White IPA.
So I don't think that I made note of this, but their brewery is placed nearby a well-known mental health institution.
Yeah, you did.
I did.
Yeah, the original location there in Camarillo. They started in September 2013, so they're 7 years old. So quite a good run, but a famous mental institution, which they get their name, institution there, and their title. So that's kind of their theme. Like I'm sure it probably has a lot of folklore and all that kind of thing. So they just ran with it, which that's not surprising. And a lot of their beers, like whispers of screams and things like that. We've come across some crazy ones from New York.
Well, we've had all sorts of crazy names, but let's say that you live in this area and you have somebody struggling with mental health or has been committed to this facility. Are you going to really appreciate these names? Like,
I don't know. Yeah.
Like, I like them, but it's on the verge of being inappropriate.
Yeah.
That's my take on it.
Yeah.
Like, I can laugh at them. I appreciate them.
I guess you got to know the history of the actual area, and and what it's about and things
well,
like that.
I have
right?
that sense of humor, like whether it applies to me or not. Like I'm open to all things, but I could see that it might rub someone the wrong way.
But doesn't everything?
Exactly. Everything does.
Everything does, yeah.
I try to be sensitive to that.
Yeah.
You know?
Yeah, they have beers at both locations. There in Camarillo and Santa Barbara, and then they also have some in LA County. So at selected bars and restaurants, which Ventura County, all that area there. So
right.
Yeah.
So we got this locally. Do you remember? I know I purchased it. Do you remember? I would say it was either San Diego Wine and Beer or Holiday Wine Cellar.
Yeah, I think it was San Diego Wine and Beer.
It was one of the two.
Yeah.
Despite them saying that this was only available in Ventura, Santa Barbara, and LA County. So
right. I think it's San Diego Wine and Beer because they get stuff that from everywhere that you wouldn't think. So yeah. So anyway, the description too is it's a thin bodied beer, which we talked about. Black coffee. They say it's not creamy, which I like. I like my coffee porters creamy, but high in carbonation, which you like. So
I do.
Yeah. So I'm looking forward to trying it. I really am. So.
I am too.
Yeah. You ready?
Yes.
Yeah. Let's do it.
Okay.
Woo.
All right.
You want to pour this one?
I'm gonna give it a little roll to mix up all those.
Yeah.
You know.
I actually like the artwork in the can. It's interesting. It's definitely goes along with their theme.
It does. I'll give them that.
It's interesting though.
Again, it's one of those things like.
Yeah.
Maybe that's what you're into. It's a little bit of, like piss in your pot, like kick somebody when they're down. Like it's a little down and heavy to me, but if maybe that's where you built your brewery and that's your memories and whatever. So I'm not judging or doubting anybody. I'm open to anything. I like to meet all new people of all walks of life, even, the ones that came from the institution. Yeah. So. Interesting can,
So appearance, what do you think? Obviously it's light. It poured light.
It did.
It looked almost like a tea. A nice tea color. Now it's in the glass to start. When you poured it was like a tea. But they said it was light. It's a lighter porter. It's 5.5. But I like the head. I like the bubbles. It actually looks creamy to me for them saying it's not creamy.
I like the amount of the head.
Yeah.
I don't like the color of the head.
No, it's light.
When they get this light in color.
Yeah.
In my experience, I'll still give it a fair chance down the road, but usually when they're this light in color, they are lacking flavor. It's very light. It's diminishing already as I talk. A little bit of lacing, small bubbles as far as the carbonation, but the body is fairly dark for a 5.5, so I do like that. Yeah. So I'm going to start with a 4.
Wow, that's great.
Yeah.
Yeah, I actually like the way it looks. The head was kind of creamy, but it was thick before it dissipated, which it says it's high in carbonation, which I anticipated, which it held on for a while and then boom, then it was gone. But it's still, I like the way it looks. I'm going to give it a 4.5 because I actually like the way it looks for a 5.5% porter. I actually like the way it looks. So, yeah, I give it a 4.5. So, Aroma.
Here we go.
Hey, all it says is coffee. Coffee, coffee, coffee. So
swirling it up, Bobby.
Yeah. So, hopefully it's a good coffee and not a bitter coffee. Hopefully it's
the coffee's there.
Yeah. What else you get?
And then you just get that like traditional dark beer, not necessarily a porter or a stout.
Yeah.
Just like a nice, clean, dark beer smell.
Well, I'm not getting any coffee.
Yeah, I get a little bit.
Just a tiny bit.
Yeah, it's super faint.
Yeah, super faint.
Yeah.
Yeah, not much aroma.
But it smells nice.
It smells nice.
Clean.
Yeah, not much aroma.
Exactly.
What do you give it?
I'm going to go with a 3.
3?
Yeah, just kind of
average.
Vague, nothing too directional.
Yeah.
Like, just it's nice, it's clean, but not really pointing one way or the other.
Yeah. I give it a 4. I actually like it. I like it. It smells good to me. It doesn't, I wish there was more coffee to it, but it smells good to me, and I think it's above average. So I actually like the way the aroma is. It's not too strong, but it does smell. It does have a certain smell to it, I should say. So, which I like. So I give it a 4. Yeah, I like it.
Getting a little smokiness. Either somebody's smoking a stogie by my campfire or an actual campfire. I'm getting a little smokiness, which I am.
Yeah, you don't like smoke, so.
I don't like smoke.
So give it a taste. Let me know what you think.
All right.
Coffee,
ready?
Yeah, coffee porter. Let's go.
Are you shaking head to toe?
Not yet. I'm hoping.
Brace yourself.
Brace yourself.
Brace yourself. Hold on.
Let's see what you got.
Here we go.
Yeah. It looks good, though. I mean, for a 5.5, I think it looks really good. I'm hoping that the coffee is not bitter, because I don't like bitter coffee. So.
It's not bitter at all.
Yeah. Are you getting coffee?
No.
No. See, that's the smell. I'm not getting coffee smell at all.
It's so light. It's almost like a cola.
Is it? What are you getting? What kind of flavors?
Not much of anything.
Just so it's kind of a standard base.
It's just super light, no flavors at all. No coffee.
Yeah, just carbonation.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah, super light carbonation.
Dark carbonate. Like you get that it's something dark. It's not like you know, I don't want to branch off into cola.
It almost like a cola.
No, not even colas. Whatever 7-Ups and those are considered, but it's almost, they have the carbonation of those. What are those considered? Light carbonated drinks?
I guess they said it was high carbonated, and it's high carbonated. I get a tiny bit of bitterness, like coffee, but ever so slightly, but I get a lot of carbonation and it tastes very cola-y. Yeah, so what do you give it a taste? Wow.
I'm gonna go with a 3.
Yeah? Give it average?
Yeah. I mean, I kind of want to dip a little below. It's you can taste that the darkness is there. It's definitely not a light beer or an IPA or a lager. Like the darkness is there.
Interesting.
But the carbonation just like brings it up so quickly that it's so light and spritzy.
Yeah.
Which is not really in line with a dark beer.
Yeah.
So
3.
Yeah, it's not really a pleasant.
No, it's like a watered down coffee cola or something.
So strange.
It's strange. Yeah, I actually gave it a 2.
You did.
Because it's very cola-y, but I get a tiny bit of bitter coffee, just a little bit, like it's a really, really, really watered down coffee with no sugar or cream or anything, just a tiny bit of bitterness.
And the spritz right before it ends.
Yes.
I know.
Yes.
And leaves you with the...
Very high carbonated, like they said. Yeah.
Right.
Yeah, so I give it a 2. So what do you think about the texture? It's a 5.5. We knew it'd be light.
I knew.
But with the carbonation, it almost tastes lighter than a 5.5,
I think so too.
It tastes watery.
Again,
watery.
We do adore some coffee porters.
Yeah, lighter. 6%.
Exactly. Right in the neighborhood. This one is far.
So light.
You know, like blocks below in the neighborhood.
This is almost like as light as a Miller Lite to me.
Yeah,
or something that's super light.
It honestly, like, I would not guess this was a beer on a blindfold taste test.
No.
So light, so spritzy. Although you can, I think if you are blindfolded, I think an experienced beer taster would know that it's a dark beer. But it's so light, so spritzy.
Yeah, it'd be hard.
Just, you know, really off. So
what do you give the texture?
Considering it's a 5.5.
Yeah.
You know, I don't think it's much off of that. I would say it's more of a
3.
3 or 4. So I'm going to give it a 2.0.
Yeah. That's what I gave it.
Yeah.
I gave it a 2.
You did?
Yeah, it's so light. We've had 5.5s, we had 6s. I don't think we've gone below 5.5, but this tastes like a 3 or 4. It's so watery.
And it looks like it.
Yeah, now that obviously we were getting down, but the coffee is barely anything, and it's a tiny little bitterness, and so it's disappointing. So anyway, yeah, we both gave it a 2. So what about the finish?
On to the finish. You know, it's kind of just...
Yes, non-existent almost, right?
It's sliding down that slope, and that's okay, you know?
Yeah, you can, like you said, you can barely tell that it's a beer.
Exactly.
Like, just barely. It's almost like a coffee sports drink or something. Like, it's so carbonated.
I agree. Yeah, you could be serving this at like a brunch or, you know, an old folks home, just slide in a little, you know, it's not.
Yeah.
It's just not there.
Yeah. So what do you give it?
It's not leaving me shaking head to toe. It's just, it's off. I wanted to like it. I like the name. I kind of like the, you know, the story. Anyway, I'm branching off a little bit. The finish, I'm going to give it a 2.5. It is a light beer. It was described as a light porter.
High carbonated.
High carbonated, light tasting porter. It was described as that. It definitely is. Lighter than I expected. Lighter than I've had.
Yes.
Lighter than I've experienced. And really, you know, it kind of borders that line on, is it really a beer or not? Which I don't want to question that. I don't want to pay for that. So I'm going to give it a 2.0 on finish.
So I gave the finish a 1. It's watery. It's too watery for me. Like a 5.5, this tastes like we keep saying, it tastes like a 3 or a 2 or something. It's just too watery for me. They said it was light, a light porter. I've had 5.5 before. They were a lot more body than this. This is just a watered down, very weak, bitter kind of coffee something. Tea or something.
I know.
Yeah.
No, I totally agree.
Yeah, so I gave it a 1 because the finish is almost the worst. It obviously is the worst for me. So
wow.
Yeah. So for a total, Janet, what do you give Shaking Head to Toe by Institutional Ale Company?
Well, unfortunately, I'm not shaking head to toe. I gave it a 2.8 out of 5.0.
Yeah.
I love anything that's like a family-oriented business. It's two brothers and their dad.
Yeah.
And I'm, you know, like, I love that. That pulls at my heartstrings. I want you guys to succeed.
Yeah, definitely.
When doing the research for this brewery, I noticed this beer was no longer available at your brewery. So
maybe they're tweaking it or something.
Right. Like, does that mean it was a seasonal, a limited release? Or I saw something that said that you guys are very open to consumer feedback. And if something is not a big seller or stinks, you know, pivot and adjust accordingly. So is that where we're at with this beer? Either way, my opinion is just it didn't quite do it for me. We love coffee porters.
Yeah, they're my favorite beers.
We really do.
My favorite beers.
Porters and stouts are our thing, especially coffee porters.
Coffee porters, yeah.
And the percentage is a little lower than we're used to, but right, you know, within our comfort range and our wheelhouse. And this just felt almost like a cola or a watered down beer. And just really didn't deliver in any of the categories. So I did like the appearance. The appearance came through strong.
Yes.
It looked promising, and then we just kind of snowballed from there. Anyway, I'm completely open to other beers that you have. Love your family unit and what you're trying to build. And would love to try other beers from you.
Yeah, definitely.
I came up with a 2.8 on my overall score out of a 5.0.
Yeah, we're right there together. I gave it a 2.7. So same thing, ditto what you said.
Yeah.
For a 5.5, I really had high expectations for this beer, for like an everyday beer that you could drink 2 or 3 of them.
I know.
Because at that ABV, it's great, and then coffee porters are my favorite. But everything you said is correct. So it's just lacking a lot of attributes that we like, and hopefully they're revamping it and doing something different and bringing it up to what it should be, which. I think they know they're brewers and their family, and and they know, and I'm sure they got feedback from it. So, yeah. So, Gumbo Mud review is a 2.75 for head to toe, shaking head to toe, which we weren't shaking at all, right? Shaking head to toe.
I'm always shaking. I don't know about you.
No.
I'm always shaking.
Only for a good beer.
No,
Yeah.
I'm constantly shaking. I love music. Like anything I hear is they're shaking. I can say I tried to find this beer on their website. There was no mention of it. They did have another that was, I believe, a 7.1, and then they had another vanilla something porter, and they both sounded amazing. Yeah. The ABV was bumped up, which I think allows you a little more room to tinker with ingredients and, bumping up the flavor. So yeah. I would definitely try again. There was nothing bitter or bad. It was just so diluted and faint. It's like you're questioning, are you getting a tea or a beer?
Yeah.
Or like a seltzer water or a carbonated water. Like it was that diluted.
Yeah, hopefully we can head up there soon and try those new beers, because I definitely would like to try them, and they sound like a great brewery. So this just wasn't the beer for us, and like you said, it's not on their website anymore. So maybe they're revamping it, maybe they're doing something different with it, but it's super light. So Gumbo Mud review is a 2.75 for shaking head to toe from Institutional Ale Company out of Camarillo in Santa Barbara, California. Yeah. So thank you guys for watching this review. Click the like and share button and share it with everyone, and click the subscribe button for more dark beer reviews.
You can find us on Instagram. It's Gumbo Mud, Gumbo MUDD. We always put out our newest YouTube release. We do special content along the ways, giveaways, travel content, all sorts of fun stuff. So don't forget to follow us there, and we hope to see you again soon. Thank you for watching.
Yeah, thank you for watching. We'll see you on the next one.
Okay.
Bye.